Okay, this is going to be a little video here that I just came up with. And I hope this really goes viral throughout this area. It is going to be a very hot topic that I think I will be posting. But I'm not going to mention names of companies as much, like employer companies. I'm not. My topic is why autistic people in Terrebonne Parish can't get professional jobs with a bachelor's degree. Okay, and I came up with the top compelling reasons of why. My number one was lack of transportation. Most people in this area don't have reliable cars and vehicles. Yeah, it's not only to drive, and some people like me have to rely on somebody to drive them to and from places. And it wear and tears on the vehicles, if anything. So that's why. And this one, I'm going to say the next one slowly. Good transit does not have reliable hours for people who want to work at a professional job. With that really being said on this one, because most of them, it's like you don't get to the bus stop till 8:45, and in most cases, it'll be a little after 9 by the time you get to your job. And that's why it doesn't work, because this makes people late to work. And that's not a good light on people who want to seek higher quality work. Paratransit, and this is going to go past them too, but this is where I'm going to prove a point. Does not have service people living on the outskirts of the city's jurisdiction. Like, you got a minority here that has autism. You live outside the city limits, and it's hard to get service outside the city. And which brings me to my next point, because we have a bunch of young people here who can't drive, who has autism, and that is their limitation. So I'm not old enough for the council of aging. I'm not in my 60s. I'm technically in my 30s, and that's where it gets kind of rough. Number 5. Most people lose their SSI and Medicaid once they make a lot of money. That's a fear that most people have when going for professional stuff. And this weight's heavy on my heart too, because I've been trying to apply to about 2 or 3 jobs right now, and each of them I've kind of gotten rejected, and I had to deal with competition, which made it stressful. So the fear of competition and rejection is very common with people with ASD, autism spectrum disorder, which is what I have. Number 7, it's hard to bounce back from rejection. And that's kind of true for most. And a lot of people like me and other people with autism, they take it the hardest. And because a lot of them expect the answer to be yes. And when they have the answer to be a no, they're going to take it the most frustrating, and that's the emotional setback is kind of the real problem. Limitations, and this is where it comes to my 8th point. Such as being slow and not being able to drive. Meaning that, because most jobs you have to have a driver's license to get in Terrebonne Parish. And that's where it gets to be the hardest for most. and being slow, because sometimes, and I can sort of relate to being slow, because it is how I am. It's the way God made me, and it's okay for being the way I am, because I'm proud of it, and I'm not going to change that for anybody. So this can also be limiting to frustration, where sometimes employers with the ASD, the supervisors would not know how to handle them, and they would feel kind of helpless on what to do in those scenarios. And I hope there's classes where they can really take when they hire somebody with ASD, you know. What must be the limitations, their socialness, their everything, the all in all. My ninth point would be with layoffs and getting fired, which means autistic people would take it very, very hard. I wrote my points up here. You can see it. This is not my point. So suggestions for Terrebonne Parish. Paratransit. They need to serve more people because they do not live near a bus stop. Like, I live in the outskirts of the city, and so does some of my family do too. I just don't know a lot of friends and family who live near a bus stop, and that's where it can be complicated to get service. And not all people are old enough to qualify for the Council of Aging. Think about the people who are living with ASD and other significant challenges, whether they're handicapped up here or physically handicapped, being in their early 20s and also into the 50s. How are you going to service them? Because, not all can qualify. For good air transit, they need to go back to pre-COVID scheduling, because some do work earlier than 9 p.m. No, a.m., sorry, not p.m., a.m. And some do stay until 5 p.m., so it's 9 a.m. up. It's technically the earliest to get to the job, but some people have to get to their jobs around 8 or 8:30, so that needs to change too. And some people working probably till 5 or depending on the job situation, that they need to have better options. For SSI and Medicaid and other government assistance programs, they need to find a way to keep people on benefits in case some lose their job or they quit. They need to set a wage that people can still earn while receiving in a professional environment. For employers, they need to be more accepting of autistic people who want to work in a career of their choice. They need to learn how to handle people with nervous breakdowns in a job situation. I don't know if there's classes they can take in dealing with situations like those, but this should be mandatory. Most people, especially ASD people, want to be treated with respect. And I'm saying all of those things because for transportation, for SSI, Medicaid, and employment, especially those with baccalaureate degrees, they should have equal access for all, that nobody should be left out, and especially the ones who live outside the city limits, they need to provide service too for them. it's not fair for the ones who are trying to apply to positions and having to deal with the rejection issue because of the unreliability of services here. And that's why I'm really begging for this video to go viral, to get something going on and something great to help the people in the future. And I know I'm taking a break from applying to jobs right now until this happens. Thank you.